Hey guys, Pete here. So I was a service technician and I was on a rooftop. It was a light commercial job and they called me to do the startup. The installation guys were still there, including the head superintendent, which was like 20 years older than me. I wasn't about 23, maybe 24. And so when we did the startup, I had the guy downstairs. It was a jewelry store. I think it was 460 volt, 3-phase, R22, 7.5 tons, something like that. Been a long time. And I said, yeah, go ahead and start up. And I've got my gauges on and the pressures aren't right. They're not coming into alignment. And I said, well, maybe the blower's out of phase, because it was a 3-phase blower. And we used handheld radios back then, and I radioed to John. He was the head installer. I said, hey, can you check the rotation on the blower? Make sure it's going the right way, because we're getting enough airflow, you know. And he got back to me and says, nope, rotation's good. And I'm like, what the heck, you know? So I'm looking at it, I'm checking the amp, I'm checking everything, and I'm baffled. And so I called in the office. I said, hey, I need some help on this. Something's not working right. And they had the lead service technician, he's a lot older than me, he came out. He goes right down to the blower, changes the rotation, and that was what the problem was. Made me look like an idiot. And so that was my first lesson on to the extent that you can trust other people. And so it happened again. We're on a job, and I've got a junior tech, and I said, he's checking the other side, and I ended up getting chewed for not checking behind him. Then it happened again. And ultimately I got to the point where I realized nobody can do this like me. I'm the only one in the world. I'm the only one in the world that can get this right. That was my attitude. And so that was the development that took place as a service technician. Perhaps you went through that or are going through that. And you get to that point where you don't want anybody else in there. You just want to do it yourself because you want it done right. You don't want callbacks. Well, there's a couple of other areas when you get over into business. There's business management, right? And there's that entrepreneur side. And what I've noticed as we're going into the business management hat that we're wearing, that everybody's asking all these other companies, well, what do you charge for this? Well, what do you guys use for that? Well, what do you guys do for the other? As if they know something you don't, and they're just as intelligent as you are. Maybe they've had more exposure. Maybe their advice is good. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's crap. Maybe you're going to take and move forward with something that is absolutely wrong. So the next lesson as you get into your business management hat is to think and verify for yourself. Don't trust anybody, and become a master business manager. And once you get through all of the learning curve to do that, it really becomes easy. And the same thing is true with your entrepreneur hat. Hey, what do you think about this business idea over here? That'll never work. Well, what if we try to do this creative identity with our business? Oh, that'll never fly. Bull, they're not customers. What do you think of my new logo and my company name and design? All these heating and air companies that don't know jack about branding or anything else. You need to change the color. You need to make the letters bigger. You need to put more here. They don't know anything. The only way you're going to know is to put several scenarios together and test it before the people who are actually going to buy from you. Business is just like the trade. The entrepreneur side, the management side is just like the technical side. They have to mesh together and they have to work together, but they need a leader. They need a leader. So for you to step out and go to that next level, you're going to have to step up. And don't get me wrong, having a mentor is important, having a coach is important, having resources that you can call are important, but make sure you have vetted them and they're experts. They know what the hell they're doing. You're out there asking other losers, how do I win? In essence, right? So that was my journey on the service technician path to excellence. And I honestly thought nobody is as good of a service technician as I am. I believe that. Of course, I'm sure there were plenty that were better than me, in hindsight, but that was the mindset. Nobody in my market has a business as good as mine. And if you lead with that level of expectation, you're always going to soar above your competition. But if you think, well, maybe, hopefully I'm good enough, maybe the customer Maybe the customer will buy from me and not from that bigger company. It's until you believe and feel sorry for the customer who bought from your competition that they didn't buy from you, then you have arrived. You must internalize and truly believe. It's your beliefs that drive your action. It is who you think you are that determines who you are, not who you're pretending to be. Tip for the day, Pete Ramsey, your HVAC Greats. Hope you guys are doing good. Be safe out there. Bye-bye.